Jak and Daxter is one of my childhood favorites. I played countless hours of the games and still to this day I enjoy blasting my way through Haven City, collecting precursor orbs, punching metalheads in the face, and tearing shit up Dark Jak. Through my time of playing the series, I've come across a few interesting facts that I think you guys will enjoy. So sit back, relax, and let's get on with it. In Jak 2, if you go to Crew's Saloon and walk up to the mirror inside of the saloon, you'll actually see that Jak will actually have his horns out, the very horns that appear on Dark Jak. Now, do note that this trick only works while you're moving in the mirror. In Jak 2, in the viaduct area of Haven City, you'll be able to find a billboard, or more so a portrait of, yep, you guessed it, Ratchet and Clank. The interesting thing is, in Ratchet and Clank 2, inside of Ratchet's apartment, you can also find a portrait of both Jak and Daxter. Jak and Daxter was the very first 3D platformer to have an unbroken 3D world. This means that Jak and Daxter was the very first 3D platformer game to not have any sort of load times. I mean, back then, that was pretty advanced. A huge, vast, wide open 3D platforming game. That was pretty advanced back in the day, considering the fact that Jak and Daxter was actually made back in 2002. It was one of a kind for the time of its release. In the early stages of Jak and Daxter's planning, Naughty Dog originally concepted Jak to be a humanoid wolf-type character. Ultimately, they scrapped this idea and decided to make a more human-like character that was more fitting towards Western cartoons as well as an Eastern manga feel. Daxter also went through a few different concepts and designs as well. Ultimately, Naughty Dog started Daxter off as a basic looking weasel. Throughout the different ideas, they came up with a few interesting looking things, like this thing right here with the goggles and the sort of armor on there. Then we have this goofy design right here. So, in all honesty, I'm glad that Naughty Dog obviously went with the Daxter that we know and love today. Great choice there, Naughty Dog, because those other concepts, yeah, they're a bit strange. In the original PS2 version of Jak 3, if you go to the waterfront area in Haven City and use the light Jak flying glitch to fly over the wall, you'll see a blank black box just sitting there. If you decide to wander inside that box, you'll come across a picture of the development team of Naughty Dog. Don't try doing this on the HD collection on PS3 because Naughty Dog decided to remove it. Jak 4 was actually in development sometime before the development of The Last of Us. Naughty Dog decided to scrap, delete, and completely wipe and stop the development cycle of Jak 4. This is because of the fact that Naughty Dog didn't feel that Jak 4 was actually authentic to the actual Jak and Daxter franchise. This ultimately led into the development of The Last of Us. There can be Jak and Daxter references found in Naughty Dog's games as well. In both Uncharted as well as The Last of Us, you can find Jak and Daxter references in the game. In The Last of Us, and in most of the different convenience stores, you're able to find the Jak and Daxter board game, which is a pretty cool, nice little tribute to, of course, Jak and Daxter. In Uncharted, in every single Uncharted game, you can find a trophy that is known as the Strange Relic. This is, of course, a precursor orb. A Jak and Daxter pinata can also be found in The Last of Us inside of an abandoned house. Jak and Daxter The Lost Frontier was originally going to be developed by Naughty Dog themselves and was actually going to be a PSP exclusive. However, due to the fact that Naughty Dog were also developing Uncharted Drake's Fortune at the same time, it wasn't possible for them to develop this Jak and Daxter game as well. Because of this, Naughty Dog decided to hand over the project to High Impact Games, and of course, this is what we got.
Give me nut
Anyway guys, that is 10 interesting facts about the Jak and Daxter series. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video, and if you have, please slam that like button, always helps me out a lot. And until next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.